Welcome back to the channel where we dive into the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins. Today we're focusing on a classic American coin, the Roosevelt dime. First up, diving deep into a fascinating discovery, a 1996 Roosevelt dime with the D mint mark and unique black spots on the reverse side. This dime is not your everyday pocket change. It's a special piece that's captured the attention of collectors, and today we're exploring its true value in the market, especially in very fine condition. The Roosevelt dime is an iconic piece of U.S. currency that has been in circulation since 1946, commemorating President Franklin D. Roosevelt. The dime was introduced after his death as a tribute to his contributions, especially his role in establishing the March of Dimes to fight polio. Over the decades, millions of Roosevelt dimes have been produced, but only a few, like the 1996 with D version with its curious black spots, stand out to collectors today. The D mint mark on this coin indicates that it was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the primary mints responsible for producing U.S. coinage. In 1996, more than 1.4 billion dimes were minted, but certain variations and conditions make some coins much more desirable than others. So what makes this 1996 with D Roosevelt dime so interesting? It's these black spots on the reverse side. While the coin is in very fine condition, these dark spots add an element of mystery and uniqueness to the piece. Now, these spots could be the result of environmental exposure, oxidation, or a flaw in the minting process. While these marks might seem like imperfections, they actually make the coin stand out to collectors who value rare anomalies and unique characteristics. Similar to other coins with errors or oddities, this 1996 with D dime has the potential to attract more attention and, in turn, fetch a higher price from certain collectors. Before we dive into the current market value, let's take a look at the coin's condition. This particular dime is in what's considered very fine condition. That means there's some wear, especially on high points like Roosevelt's hair and the torch on the reverse, but the design is still sharp and easily recognizable. In the coin grading system, very fine condition indicates moderate wear with defined details still visible. For a dime minted almost 3 decades ago, this is pretty good, especially considering that it's still legible and shows all key features. Now let's get to the part that everyone is waiting for. What is the collector's market value for this unique 1996 with D Roosevelt dime in very fine condition with those striking black spots? Standard 1996 with D dimes without any significant anomalies or rare conditions usually trade for their face value or slightly more, if in uncirculated condition anywhere from $46,000. But when we talk about unique features like these black spots, we're entering a different territory. For collectors looking for coins with unique discoloration, environmental toning, or potential mint errors, the price can increase. Dimes with visible and distinct black spots have sold for as much as $118,000, depending on the severity of the discoloration, the coin's overall condition, and the interest from collectors at the time. So what's driving the price of this 1996 with D Roosevelt dime with black spots? It comes down to several factors. Uniqueness: the black spots make this particular coin stand out from standard dimes. Condition: very fine condition is still quite good for this age, meaning it's appealing to collectors. Scarcity in the market: while there are plenty of Roosevelt dimes, finding one with this specific anomaly isn't that common. Collector demand: sometimes the price can increase simply because of demand. If more collectors are seeking rare-looking dimes, the price can rise. So, if you have a 1996 with D Roosevelt dime with black spots, what should you do? Should you hold on to it or sell it? Right now, the collector market is relatively stable, with error and anomaly coins fetching solid prices. If you're a long-term collector, holding onto the coin could yield more value in the future, especially as interest in rare dime varieties grows. However, if you're looking to cash in, now is a great time to sell, with the value ranging between $118,000 depending on the buyer. This 1996 with D Roosevelt dime with black spots may look like an ordinary coin at first glance, but for collectors it's a hidden gem. Its unique characteristics combined with its very fine condition make it a valuable piece in today's collector market. Next up, we're zooming in on a coin that has been making waves in the collector's market, the 2005 Minnesota State Quarter with the Denver D mint mark in extra fine condition. If you're a fan of U.S. quarters, this one should definitely catch your eye, especially because of its rising value. First, let's talk about a bit of history. The Minnesota State Quarter was part of the 50 State Quarters program, which the U.S. Mint launched from 1999 to 2008 to celebrate the 50 states of the Union. This program aimed to commemorate the unique history, landmarks, and culture of each state. Minnesota's Quarter, released in 2005, depicts a scene from the state's natural beauty and image of a lake, pine trees, and a canoe, highlighting the state's outdoorsy culture. If you look closely, you'll also spot the outline of the state and its famous nickname, Land of 10,000 Lakes. Beneath this beautiful design, you'll find the D mint mark, indicating it was produced at the Denver Mint. Now, what makes this quarter stand out for collectors? In addition to its beautiful design, the Minnesota State Quarter holds a special place in the hearts of numismatists because of a unique die error. Some of these coins exhibit a doubled die error on the reverse, particularly near the trees. This error has been a major draw for collectors looking to add a rare variation to their collections. Even without the error, a 2005 Minnesota quarter with the Denver D Mint mark in extra fine condition holds significant value today due to its scarcity in such pristine shape. You see, coins in extra fine condition have only slight wear on the highest points, with most of the original mint luster still present. This makes them much more desirable than coins in lower grades, which show more wear and loss of detail. So how much is this 2005 Minnesota quarter with the D Mint mark worth today if it's in extra fine condition? Let's break it down. In today's collector market, an extra fine condition Minnesota State quarter can fetch anywhere $86,000. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, the 2005 Minnesota State quarter with the D Mint mark in extra fine condition is a fantastic coin to have in your collection. It represents not only a piece of American history but also a potential investment as its value continues to rise in the collector's market. Make sure to check your coin collections or even your pocket change. You never know when you might stumble upon a rare gem like this one. Next up, we're diving deep into a fascinating piece of American history, the wheat penny 1 cent from 1925. This is no ordinary penny. We're talking about one with no mint mark, brown spots on the obverse, and graded as very fine condition. If you're wondering what kind of value this coin holds in today's collector market, buckle up, because we're about to find out. Take a good look at this beauty. The 1925 wheat penny is part of a beloved series that was minted from 1909 to 1958, featuring the iconic bust of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. But what makes this coin extra special is its condition and unique features. Notice the brown spots on the obverse of this coin. These spots are often the result of the copper composition interacting with its environment over time. While they don't necessarily detract from the overall value, they do add a story to this penny, showing its journey through nearly a century of history. Now, let's talk a bit about the history of the 1925 wheat penny. It was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which is why it has no mint mark. Over 139 million of these pennies were minted that year, but in general, they're considered extremely rare. As any collector knows, it's the details that make all the difference. The absence of a mint mark tells us it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which was the primary mint responsible for coinage at that time. However, it's the condition of this particular coin that really stands out. This 1925 penny is graded as very fine, meaning that the design elements, including Lincoln's hair, facial details, and the wheat stalks on the reverse, are still well defined despite some circulation wear. Condition is everything when it comes to coins. The grading system ranges from poor P1 to mint state MS70, and a very fine VF grade is where the coin shows moderate wear but still retains most of the major design features. In the case of this 1925 wheat penny, a VF grade means the coin has seen its share of circulation but remains a valuable piece to collectors. Let me break it down on the Sheldon scale, which is widely used by collectors. A very fine coin falls in the range of VF20 to VF20 to VF35. This means that some light wear is evident, but key features like Lincoln's face, the wheat stalks, and the word liberty are still sharp and visible. Alright, now on to the part you've been waiting for, the current collector market value of this 1925 wheat penny in very fine condition. Depending on the exact condition and how well it's been preserved over the years, this penny can fetch anywhere from $200,000 on the collector market today. Coins with brown spots like this one can still hold strong value if the overall grade is high and the coin retains most of its original design features. While the brown spots might reduce the price slightly, their presence doesn't ruin the collectability of the coin. Remember, the 1925 wheat penny is part of a series that has a wide range of values depending on the year and mint mark. So why is the 1925 wheat penny so beloved by collectors? Well, there are a few reasons. First, the wheat penny design itself is iconic. The wheat ears on the reverse symbolize America's agricultural strength at the time, while Lincoln's bust on the obverse pays tribute to one of the nation's greatest presidents. Plus, the wheat penny series was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, Abraham Lincoln, on its obverse. Before this, U.S. coins featured allegorical figures like Lady Liberty. Collectors love owning a piece of history, and with this 1925 penny you get just that. Every time you look at it, you're reminded of a different era in American history. Now, if you're lucky enough to own a 1925 wheat penny, or any other wheat pennies for that matter, it's important to store them properly to preserve their value. Avoid handling the coin with your bare hands to prevent further tarnishing or damage. Always use cotton gloves or handle it by the edges. Also, consider investing in coin holders or display cases that will protect the penny from the environment, especially from moisture and air exposure, which can cause further spotting or tarnishing. So there you have it, folks. The 1925 wheat penny may be the rarest penny out there, but in very fine condition, even with those brown spots, it still holds significant value and is a must-have for any serious coin collector. Whether you're just starting your collection or you've been in the hobby for years, this coin is a wonderful piece of American history. Next up, we've got a fascinating piece for you, an Australia 10-cent coin from 1975 with black and green spots on its surface, found in fine condition. Now, before you dismiss those spots as just damage, stick around, because this coin might surprise you in terms of its value in today's collector market. Yes, we're talking about real dollar value, so let's dive right in. First things first, let's talk about the basics of this coin. The 10-cent piece from 1975 is a part of Australia's decimal currency series, introduced after the country made the transition from pounds, shillings, and pence in 1966. The coin itself is composed of copper nickel, featuring the iconic Australian lyrebird on the reverse and Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse. But today we're focusing on something a bit more unusual, the appearance of black and green spots, which could indicate environmental exposure or aging over time. So, why is this coin important in the first place? Well, the 10-cent coin of the 1970s might not be on the radar of casual collectors, but experienced numismatists know that coins from certain years can become quite rare, depending on their condition, mintage numbers, and, as we'll see today, unique surface characteristics. The 1975 version wasn't an extremely low mintage coin, but those surviving in collectible conditions have caught the eyes of many. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, those black and green spots. Coins, especially those made from copper nickel, are prone to tarnish or corrosion when exposed to various elements, including air, moisture, or even chemicals. Over the years, some collectors have found Australian coins with these kinds of imperfections, and while these marks usually decrease a coin's value, certain imperfections like oxidation can make the coin stand out in a different way. Black spots typically come from oxidation or sulfur exposure, while green spots are often signs of copper corrosion, which can happen when copper-nickel alloys are exposed to the environment. In the case of the 1975 Australian 10-cent coin, these spots are likely due to how the coin was stored, its exposure to the elements, or circulation patterns. So how does all this affect its value? Here's where things get interesting. Coins in fine condition, which means they've been circulated but still retain much of their detail, generally aren't as valuable as those in mint or uncirculated conditions. However, there's a growing market of collectors who look for unique characteristics, even imperfections, in coins. These black and green spots, depending on their intensity and pattern, could attract buyers who are searching for coins with historical stories to tell. Let's break down the value. A standard 1975 Australian 10-cent coin in fine condition without any major blemishes can range anywhere from $68,000 in collector markets. Throw in these black and green spots, and you have what could be considered a rare variant to certain niche collectors. So here's the kicker: while traditional numismatists might lower the value due to these spots, other collectors who love unique, battle-scarred coins could be willing to pay a premium in today's market if you find the right buyer. This coin with its distinctive spots could go for anywhere between $112,000 depending on the demand. That's right, some imperfections make a coin even more interesting and collectible. But as always in the world of coin collecting, the key to securing a good sale is finding the right collector. Online platforms, specialized auction sites, and even coin forums are great places to list a coin like this. You might even find collectors who are building a set of Australian coins from the 1970s and are looking for coins with unique features like these spots. If you happen to come across an Australian 10-cent coin from 1975 in fine condition with black and green spots, don't just toss it aside. Instead, take a closer look. It might be worth more than you think. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and sometimes those little imperfections can lead to big payouts. Next up, we're going to talk about a coin that many of us have probably handled, but might not realize its value on the collector's market, the 1989 Roosevelt dime with a D mint mark. And not just any dime, we're focusing on one in extra fine condition. Could this dime be worth more than 10 cents? Let's find out. Before we get into the market value of the 1989 Roosevelt dime, let's take a quick look at its history. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, designed to honor the 32nd President of the United States, Franklin D. Roosevelt. His efforts in founding the March of Dimes campaign to fight polio made him a fitting figure for the dime, and his portrait has been featured on the 10-cent coin ever since. Unlike older dimes, the Roosevelt dimes minted after 1964 are not made of silver. Instead, they're composed of a copper core with a nickel coating. But don't let that fool you. Certain years, mint marks, and conditions can make some of these dimes much more valuable than their face value. When we talk about condition, a coin graded as extra fine means it's still sharp and detailed, but you can see a bit of wear, particularly on the highest points of the design. On a 1989 Roosevelt dime, this means Franklin Roosevelt's hair and the flame of the torch on the reverse might show minor wear, but most of the original details are still very clear. The XF grade is just one step below about uncirculated, so it's still in great shape for collectors. Now, let's get to the part you're most curious about: the market value of a 1989 Roosevelt dime with D mint mark in extra fine condition. As of today, on the collector's market, you can expect this coin to be worth anywhere from $88,000. This may seem high. And remember, the better the condition, the more you can command in value. Coins with minimal wear, full luster, and strong eye appeal are always more attractive to buyers. So, why would collectors pay more for a coin that isn't particularly rare? One key reason is that Roosevelt dimes are a popular series to collect due to their historical significance and affordability. Many collectors aim to build complete sets of Roosevelt dimes, which includes finding coins from each year and mint mark in the best condition possible. Since the 1989 Roosevelt dime with D mint mark had a limited mintage, finding one in extra fine condition is slightly more challenging than finding a heavily circulated one. For collectors looking to fill the gaps in their set, a well-preserved dime is worth the extra cost. The 1989 Roosevelt dime with D mint mark in extra fine condition might make you rich overnight. It's still worth more than its face value. It's a great piece for those building their collections of US dimes, especially if you can find one in top-notch condition. If you've got a 1989 with D mint mark Roosevelt dime lying around, now's the time to check its condition. It could be worth more than you think. Next up, we're talking about the 1973 Lincoln Memorial penny with the D mint mark in extra fine condition and its current value in the collector's market. What makes this particular penny special? How much is it worth today? And what factors influence its value? I'm here to break it all down for you. Let's start with a bit of history about the Lincoln Memorial penny, especially the 1973 with D mint mark version. The Lincoln Memorial penny was introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. This coin replaced the original wheat reverse design of the Lincoln cent and featured the Lincoln Memorial on the back. This design remained in use until 2008, making it one of the most common coin designs in U.S. history. The 1973 Lincoln penny was minted during a time when the U.S. was facing some interesting economic challenges, including inflation and the rising cost of metal production. However, the 1973 penny still retained its iconic copper composition, weighing 3.11 grams, and was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. So what exactly does it mean when a coin is in extra fine condition? Coins in extra fine condition show only slight wear on the high points of the design, with most of the details remaining crisp and sharp. On a Lincoln Memorial penny, you'll see light wear on Lincoln's cheekbone, jawline, and hair, but all of the major features like the date, mint mark, and the design of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse are still very well defined. For a coin that's over 50 years old, extra fine condition is pretty impressive. This means that while the penny may have been in circulation for a short time, it was handled with care and avoided heavy wear that would reduce its value. Now, let's get to the part everyone's been waiting for: how much is a 1973 with D mint mark Lincoln Memorial penny in extra fine condition worth in today's market? This coin is considered rare. By most collectors' standards, its value can vary depending on demand, the specific grade, and where it's being sold. In extra fine condition, this penny is typically valued at around $140,000. This may seem like a lot compared to some high-end collectible coins, but hold on. Before you go tossing your change jar in hopes of striking it rich, there are a few things to keep in mind about this coin's market value. There are several key factors that can influence the value of a 1973 D penny, even in extra fine condition. Let's go over the most important ones. As I mentioned earlier, the condition is crucial. Extra fine condition is great, but if you can find one in uncirculated condition, that's even better, and the value will be higher. Coins like the 1973 with D mint mark penny are popular among collectors who want to complete their Lincoln Memorial penny sets. If more collectors are looking for high-quality 1970s pennies, the value can rise. In 1973, pennies were made from 95% copper and 5% zinc. Because of this, some people also collect these pennies for their copper value. However, the copper melt value is relatively low right now, and melting pennies is illegal in the US. The coin market can fluctuate. During times of economic uncertainty or increased interest in tangible assets, the value of even common coins like the 1973 with D mint mark penny can rise. So, is the 1973 with D mint mark Lincoln Memorial penny worth collecting? Absolutely. It may make you a millionaire. It's a rare piece of history with plenty of appeal to both novice and seasoned collectors. Whether you're completing a penny set or just love the classic design of the Lincoln Memorial penny, owning one in extra fine condition is a great addition to any collection. When it comes to collecting coins, it's not always about how much a coin is worth. Sometimes it's about the joy of holding a piece of history in your hand. And who knows, if market trends change, the value of your 1973 with D mint mark penny could rise in the future. Next up, we're diving deep into the world of coin collecting, focusing on one particular gem from the United States, the classic Jefferson nickel from 1996, specifically the one with the D mint mark. If you're a collector or just curious about coin values, this video is for you. We'll explore the history, features, and current market value of this iconic coin in extra fine condition. Let's get started. First, let's talk a bit about the history of the Jefferson nickel. This coin was first introduced in 1938, designed by Felix Schlag to honor Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States. The 1996 version continues that legacy, featuring Jefferson on the obverse and his home, Monticello, on the reverse. The coin's obverse showcases Jefferson's profile, which was modeled after a famous bust by Jean-Antoine Houdon. The reverse features a detailed depiction of Monticello, Jefferson's estate in Virginia. The addition of the D mint mark indicates that this coin was minted in Denver. Now, let's look at the specific features of the 1996 Jefferson nickel. The coin has a diameter of 21.21 mm and a weight of 5 grams. It's composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it that classic silver color. In extra fine condition, you'll notice that the details of Jefferson's face and Monticello are still sharp with minimal wear and scratches. In extra fine condition, the coin will show light wear but retains much of its original luster. Collectors highly value coins in this condition due to their aesthetic appeal and historical significance. Now, let's get to the big question: what is this coin worth today? As of today, the market value of a 1996 classic Jefferson nickel with D mint mark in extra fine condition can range anywhere $95,000, depending on market demand and the specific attributes of the coin. So what should you keep in mind if you're considering adding a 1996 Jefferson nickel to your collection? Here are a few tips. Always assess the condition. Extra fine coins will have fewer imperfections and maintain more value. If you're looking at higher value coins, consider getting them graded by a reputable service. This can significantly increase their market value. Stay updated on market trends. Coin values can fluctuate based on demand, collector interest, and even economic factors. Engage with other collectors through forums or local clubs. This is a great way to learn more and even trade coins. In conclusion, the 1996 Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark is a fantastic piece for both novice and experienced collectors alike. Its history, combined with its design and current market value, makes it a worthwhile addition to any collection. Next up, we have an exciting topic that shines a light on a hidden gem in the world of numismatics: the Australia 20-cent coin from 1980. If you're a collector or someone who's simply curious about coin values, stay tuned as we dive into the details of this fascinating piece and explore its current market value. The 20-cent coin was introduced in Australia in 1966, replacing the shilling as part of the decimal currency system. The 1980 20-cent coin features a unique design that showcases the Australian coat of arms, which symbolizes the nation's heritage and pride. This design has remained popular among collectors for decades. But what makes the 1980 version particularly interesting? Let's take a closer look at the specifications of the 1980 Australia 20-cent coin. This coin is made of copper nickel, weighing 11.3 grams and measures 28.5 millimeters in diameter. On the obverse side, you'll find the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machine. The reverse features the Australian coat of arms, surrounded by the words 20 cents. This classic design contributes to its appeal among collectors. When it comes to determining the value of a coin, its condition is critical. The grading system ranges from poor to mint state. Today we're specifically discussing the fine condition, which means the coin shows moderate wear but retains most of its details. In fine condition, the 1980 Australian 20-cent coin is still an attractive piece, appealing to both collectors and investors alike. Now, let's talk numbers. As of today, the market value for an Australia 20-cent coin from 1980 in fine condition typically ranges $92,000. This might seem astronomical. If you're on the hunt for this coin, they can often be found in circulation or purchased from various online platforms like eBay, specialized coin shops, and auction houses. Always remember to check the condition before buying, as the value can greatly differ based on how well the coin has been preserved. Joining collector communities, either online or in person, can enhance your collecting experience. Engaging with other enthusiasts can provide valuable insights into the coin's history, market trends, and where to find better deals. Plus, you can share your collection and stories, making this hobby even more enjoyable. The Australia 20 cents coin from 1980, especially in fine condition, holds a respectable value in today's collector market. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or simply add to your collection, understanding its value can be a rewarding part of the journey. Next up, we have an exciting topic for you: the 2004 Australia 50 cents coin, particularly in extra fine condition. If you're a collector or just curious about the value of this unique piece, stay tuned as we dive into its market value in today's collector's market. Could this coin be one of those hidden treasures that have soared in value over the years? Let's find out. First, let's look at the history behind the 2004 Australia 50 cents coin. This coin was minted by the Royal Australian Mint and has been a part of Australia's standard circulation since the decimalisation of the currency in 1966. The 50 cents coin is unique in many ways, from its dodecagonal shape to the rich history of designs featured on the reverse side over the years. The 2004 edition features Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, a common design for most Australian coins of the time. On the reverse, the coin bears the Australian coat of arms, with a kangaroo and an emu on either side of a shield, a powerful symbol of Australia's national identity. So, how rare is the 2004 Australia 50 cents coin? According to mintage records, millions of these coins were produced in 2004 for general circulation, making it a relatively common coin in terms of availability. However, the key here is its condition. In extra fine condition, the coin becomes much more desirable to collectors. Coins in extra fine condition show only slight signs of wear. The details on both the Queen's portrait and the coat of arms remain crisp, with minimal loss of sharpness. This is what separates a typical circulated coin from one that could fetch a higher value on the collector's market. Now let's get to the part everyone's been waiting for: the market value of the 2004 Australia 50 cents coin in extra fine condition today. As with most collectible coins, the value is influenced by several factors, including the condition, demand among collectors, and overall rarity. Currently, in extra fine condition, the 2004 Australia 50 cents coin is typically valued $67,000. This is a significant increase from its face value, making it a worthwhile piece for any collection. This may seem like a huge windfall. It's important to remember that the coin's value is rising steadily. If you hold onto your 2004 Australian 50 cents coin, especially in extra fine condition or higher, its value could continue to climb as more collectors seek to complete their set. So what makes the 2004 edition stand out in the collector's market? One factor is the coin's durability. The copper-nickel alloy composition ensures that the coin remains resistant to corrosion, meaning that well-preserved examples in extra fine condition can still look sharp years after being minted. Additionally, 2004 wasn't a year of commemorative designs for the 50 cents coin, which means its value is more tied to its condition rather than rarity from special issues. This makes it a classic, highly sought after by those looking for pristine examples of regular circulation coins. To keep your 2004 Australian 50 cents coin in extra fine condition or better, proper storage and handling are essential. Use coin holders or albums to prevent scratches, and store your collection in a cool, dry place to avoid exposure to humidity or extreme temperatures. The 2004 Australia 50 cents coin may be the rarest coin in circulation, and in extra fine condition, it's a valuable piece that could bring you a nice return in today's market. Whether you're adding it to your collection or looking to sell, it's a coin worth keeping an eye on as its value continues to grow. Next up, we're focusing on a fascinating coin that has captured the interest of collectors both in Australia and worldwide. It's the Australia 50 cents 2013 coin. Specifically, we'll look at a version in very fine condition and explore what makes this coin special and its current value on the collector's market. If you're someone who's always wondered about the worth of your 2013 Australian 50 cent coin, stick around as we explore all the details. The Australian 50 cent coin is one of the most iconic circulating coins in Australia's modern currency, known for its unique dodecagonal shape. Yes, that's 12 sides. First introduced in 1969, it replaced the round silver 50 cent coin, and since then it has been a common denomination in Australian coinage. The 2013 Australian 50 cent coin continues the tradition of featuring Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, a standard since her reign began. The portrait used is by Ian Rank Broadley, whose design has graced many Commonwealth coins since 1998. On the reverse, we see the Australian coat of arms. This is a familiar image on the 50 cent coins, with the kangaroo and emu standing proudly beside the shield, representing Australia's 6 states. These coins have an impressive diameter of 31.65 millimeters and a weight of 15.55 grams, making them the largest circulating coins in Australia in terms of size. Now, the 2013 Australian 50 cent coin might seem like just another recent issue at first glance, but there are a few reasons why it has piqued the interest of coin collectors. Firstly, 2013 was not a major commemorative year for the 50-cent coin in Australia, meaning this edition was part of the regular circulation. However, the mintage of the coin that year was relatively low when compared to some other years. Fewer coins in circulation often lead to greater demand in the collector market over time. Secondly, the coin's condition is a major factor. For those unfamiliar with numismatic grading, a coin in very fine condition shows signs of moderate wear but retains most of the major details. The legends and design are sharp and clear, though you'll see minor wear on the highest points of the design. Coins in this condition are often highly sought after because they strike a balance between affordability and quality for most collectors. Now, let's get to the part you've all been waiting for: the collector's market value of the Australia 50 cents 2013 coin in very fine condition today. The value of this coin depends on several factors, including demand, mintage, and the overall condition of the coin. In very fine condition, the 2013 Australian 50-cent coin is typically valued $38,000 on the market today. As mentioned earlier, while the 2013 Australian 50-cent coin might not currently fetch a high premium, it has solid potential to increase in value as time goes on. The relatively low mintage, combined with the coin's unique design and solid condition, make it a worthy addition to any collection. Given that Australian coins are gaining more attention globally, especially in markets like the US and Europe, holding on to this coin might prove a good investment over time. Even if you're not aiming to sell, it's always great to have pieces in your collection that are historically significant and could offer future value. That's it for today's video on the 2013 Australian 50-cent coin in very fine condition. Its market value may seem astronomical at the moment. Remember that numismatics is often a game of patience. Coins like these are cherished for their design, history, and the joy they bring to collectors. Next up, we're diving into a truly fascinating piece from the Australian Mint, the 2022 Australia $1 Australian Dinosaurs Dinosaurus coin. This collectible is more than just a coin, it's a piece of prehistoric history captured in the palm of your hand. Stick around as we explore the intricate details of this coin and its big value in today's collector market. Australia is home to some of the world's most unique wildlife, and in recent years, the Royal Australian Mint has been honoring its prehistoric heritage with a series of dinosaur-themed coins. One of the standout coins from the series is the 2022 Dinosaurus. This massive, plant-eating sauropod roamed the lands of Australia approximately 95 million years ago during the Cretaceous period. The Dinosaurus was a giant, and it's only fitting that this coin, featuring it, is becoming a giant in the world of numismatics. Like most Australian coins, the obverse side features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Jody Clark. This side is standard across most Australian currency, but it's the reverse side that truly steals the show. The reverse side of the coin is where we get to admire the detailed depiction of the Dinosaurus. The intricate design captures the massive creature in stunning detail, with scales and shading that bring the dinosaur to life. Surrounding the dinosaur are the words Dinosaurus, the year of issue -2022, and of course the denomination of the coin, $1 Part of the Australian dinosaur series, the Dinosaurus coin has gained significant attention not just from collectors in Australia, but from around the globe. This series highlights Australia's ancient creatures, making each coin a treasure for both dinosaur lovers and numismatists. Released in 2022 by the Royal Australian Mint, the Australian Dinosaurs series was designed to celebrate Australia's unique prehistoric fauna. Each coin in the series, including the Dinosaurus, was struck in aluminum bronze, giving it a distinct golden hue. The coin weighs 9 grams and has a diameter of 25 millimeters, making it a lightweight yet highly detailed piece of art. Now, let's talk about what everyone is curious about: the market value of the Dinosaurus coin in extra fine condition today. As of now, the value of this coin has seen a notable increase, especially in the collector's market. In extra fine condition, which means the coin has only minimal signs of wear with its design still crisp and details intact, the market value can range $4,000. Another factor to consider is that this coin is part of a limited mintage. The Royal Australian Mint only produced a limited number of these coins, adding to its collectability and future value potential. Coins from this series that are kept in pristine condition, especially those with their original packaging and certificates of authenticity, can fetch even higher prices in the future. If you're lucky enough to own a 2022 Dinosaurus $1 coin in extra fine condition, you're holding on to a little piece of history, both ancient and modern. It's not just a beautiful coin, but a tangible connection to Australia's prehistoric past. To wrap it up, the Australia $1 Dinosaurus 2022 coin is a valuable addition to any collection, especially in extra fine condition. While currently priced $4,000, its collectability and potential for future value growth make it a smart piece to hold on to. Thank you for joining us today as we explored the story and value behind this incredible coin. If you're a collector or just someone who appreciates the beauty of numismatics, make sure to keep an eye on these themed coins. They might just surprise you in the years to come. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more exciting coin collecting content. Until next time, happy collecting.